The story of little Elijah made so many of us stop and say, what can we do to protect kids from gun violence? So we took a closer look. The trend when it comes to shootings in King County, it is alarming. Let's start right here. So in the first quarter of this year, shootings in King County, they are up 27% when compared to the same period from 2017 through 2020. Now let's take a look at the breakdown of the victims. 80% are male. 78% are people of color. We're talking about Black, Latinx, and Indigenous people. 42% are between the ages of 18 and 24. So we're talking about young people. The county sees it as a public health crisis. So it is spending millions of dollars and taking a new approach, with the county health department getting involved, teaming up with regional peacekeepers, community organizations, and Harborview Medical Center, where so many shooting victims end up, to interrupt the cycles of violence. Derek Wheeler-Smith, born and raised in Seattle's Rainier Valley, lives for this work, and he is leading that effort.
To look at how do we collaborate and begin to work together, because what we have experienced historically hasn't worked, which has been just focusing on programs alone rather than infrastructure.
So here is how they build that infrastructure. It is called the Regional Community Safety and Wellbeing Plan, and it starts with identifying regional data, looking at where the shootings are happening, the history, and then map out community assets. Also, engaging key stakeholders, schools, courts, faith groups, service providers, parks and rec, police, and elected officials, and launching what they are calling a Go First strategy. It focuses on the most at-risk young people and their families. And when there is a shooting, provides intervention for those involved immediately, along with care and support for the families. One of those stakeholders is Marvin Marshall, the Director of Violence Prevention Programs of the YMCA of Greater Seattle.
This approach is definitely important, and it's different because when funders are nudging us to collaborate and nudging us to work together and bringing in everyone in the community, you know, that holistic approach is definitely needed. And the collaboration is something that historically hasn't happened on this level.
It is also about raising awareness, and here is the date right here to circle on your calendar. June 4th is Gun Violence Awareness Day. They are asking everyone out there to wear orange to raise awareness, and the county is hosting lockbox giveaways so people can safely store their guns. And those peacekeepers we talked about are going to be offering education and resources on June 4th at Kent City Hall in the grocery outlet parking lot in Skyway, just a few miles from where little Elijah was shot over the weekend.